Hi everyone, my name is Phil and welcome to Phil Does 3D. I'm a multimedia and 3D artist and I stream live on Twitch on Mondays and Tuesdays at 5 PM Pacific time in the United States, which is midday in Australia or 1 AM if you're in the UK. I hope you guys and girls are well. Remember, if you do miss the live streams, you can always watch the catch-up streams by clicking on the videos tab on my Twitch page. I upload them after every stream. I cut out the countdown at the beginning and all that jazz, so you can watch them at any time. Edo, Smurfberry Barbecue, Euro, it is good to see you guys. I hope you're all well. And Smurfberry, you made it on time. I see you popped into chat just as I finished yesterday. But it's good to see you, Smurf. It's good to see all you guys and girls. Remember, as always, if you have any questions while I'm working, please feel free to pop into chat and ask me. If you just want to pop in and say hi like these guys, then that's always welcome. But if all you want to do is watch, that's completely fine. We're going to continue working on the House in the Hollow game that we're creating in the Unreal Engine 4, 4.23.1 to be exact. We're setting up the bathroom, finally the bathroom. We'll get that hopefully done today, maybe. All the assets are ready. We've really only got to design it and set up the lighting and all that sort of stuff. Smurfberry says, I'm so scatterbrained. I forgot to start the stream yesterday. Oh, Smurfberry, you made it today. That's the important thing. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to jump into UE4. We're going to start working on the bathroom. We've got the assets in the level already or imported into the engine. We've just got to design the bathroom, I guess. Euro says, lurkers unite or don't, because you know, like lurking and stuff. A lot of people like to lurk. I've mentioned this to you guys before. I mean, I watch other streamers on Twitch and unless I feel chatty, I don't want to talk. I don't jump into chat. I generally just watch. So if you're a lurker, then that's completely fine. I will never call lurkers out because I do it myself. How hypocritical would I be if I did? Gotta have that copy. So yesterday, let's jump into UE4. Yesterday we were putting the walls in. So we got the walls all put in. We've just got a couple of things. I didn't put the skirting board up here and I need to put the corner brackets in and stuff, but we'll do that. Yuri says, I lurk often. Nice to have things on in the background. No, a lot of people do. A lot of people like to put a stream on and then they work, so that they're not actually actively engaging in chat anyway. They've got the stream playing in the browser, which is cool. So they're listening, but they're not chatting. They're doing their own stuff, which is fine. I mean, again, I do that sort of stuff as well, so I get it. I get it. So yes, we need to put the wall bracket in up here along the skirting board along the top to match the sides. Smurfberry says that was intense. I'm in one of those intense moods at the moment. Okay, let's pull in the skirting board. Now remember, we kept it separate because if I'd attached it to the wall like I did with these pieces, we would have had a break twice in the wood, and that would not look right, because generally when you're building a building you don't split the wood like that for the three different sections of the wall. So we decided we were going to make one wall piece and we were going to use that. So let's just pull it in so we can see it. I really should have put the pivot point in the middle, but that's okay. Again, the ceiling here is using Parallax Mapping. It's like just a flat plane, just two triangles, but Parallax Map to give it the illusion of having some depth. We did that for all the ceilings in the building. Oh, the wall is intense. Okay. Phil can't read his chat. I just need to remember what we scaled these wall pieces up to. 1.85. Okay. So let's do that for this one. thought to myself, oh, I'll just put some music on before I start the stream, you know, MTV in the background on the TV. And they were playing bloody Maroon 5. Now, look, I've got nothing against Maroon 5, but I don't know, that guy just grates on me sometimes. I just wasn't in the mood for Maroon 5 this morning, put it that way. So I had to put my playlist on from my hard drive. Okay, is that correct? I just want to make sure I'm lined up correctly with the edges here. Well, looks like it could come down just a little bit. And that should be good. We should be good to go. Okay. Edo says, is this a good playlist? I don't know. I can't hear it. This was not what I was listening to this morning before the stream. And I can't hear the music playing because I don't have my headphones. I don't put headphones on. I'd have to put them on. If it's not, tell me and I'll change the playlist. There's something else. I've got quite a few different playlists of open source, royalty-free sort of music I can play on Twitch without getting muted or without YouTube giving me a copyright strike. Von Buki says, so I binge watched the first 3 episodes of his Dark Materials and 2 of The Mandalorian. Actually, I haven't watched The Mandalorian yet. I do want to watch it. That's the Star Wars series spin-off that Disney Plus have got going on their new streaming service. So I do want to watch The Mandalorian. But Dark Materials, I'm not familiar with that one. I'll have to check what that one is, Van Buki. Smurfy asks how they are. Von Buki says you would like the Dark Materials work, lots of environment work, a fantasy Oxford stuffed full of sandstone. I would like that. You know me too well, Von Buki. Ooh, that sounds cool. Fantasy Oxford stuffed full of sandstone buildings. Nice. You guys know I love period stuff. That's the work I do at the Archviz studio is photogrammetry doing period buildings. So I love period buildings, in case you couldn't tell from the building I'm making here. I'll have to check it out, Bumbuki. Sniper Girl, it's good to see you. Hi to you as well. Euro says, I like The Mandalorian so far. Didn't seem too Disney-fied. Well, that's good. Because we don't want to be, you know, we don't want it to be saccharine sweet. And Disney have a habit of doing saccharine sweet sometimes. Not, you know, I've got nothing against a nice sweet movie occasionally, but it's nice to get something that's not. So I'll have to watch The Mandalorian. I do intend to. Bombuki says, and the Magisterium Arena is suitably Nurembergian? Okay, I'll check it out. I'll definitely check it out. Dark Materials. I'll look for that. Sniper Girl says, Mandalorian is good so far. Found a free streaming site that had it. A free site? Wow. I bet Disney don't like that. I'm really well, though. Thanks for asking, Sniper Girl. I hope you're well. I hope you're all packed up and getting ready for your big move soon. 5 days. 5 days away until you make the move to the game studio. You getting excited? Edo says, my girl in chat. Euro says, yep. Edo says, what's up with the PC build? And the Saucer Slinger says, can you be my dad? I don't know, Saucer Slinger. Can I be your dad? Am I old enough to be your dad? Can you be my dad? I can be your dad, Saucer Slinger, if you really want to. You can call me dad. Age is just a number. That's very true. Yes, that is very true. You're only as old as the person you feel. I've said that before. I'll be your dad if you want. Yes, Dad. Good. Be a good boy now. I'm assuming boy. Sniper Girl says, I'm doing well and don't remind me. Yes and no. Seeing an apartment complex on Thursday, hoping it works out. My credit isn't the best. Ooh, well, I hope it all works out too. At least they're putting you up for a short period, so you've got a little bit of time to find somewhere. It's not like you're going to drop into a new city and not have anywhere to stay. So that's something. Edo says, that's very not true. Smurfberry says, 3 is also a number. Sniper Girl says to Edo, yep, I'm here. Edo says, I've been trying to build my credit. Yeah, you and me both. Oh, the credit cards, the credit cards. Unfortunately, I have 3 credit cards. Bombuki says, The Mandalorian is live action but cartoonish. The money is on the screen, but it's still Star Wars sausage, extruded into industrial quantities. Look, I know a lot of the new Star Wars movies, people have hated on them, but I actually quite like them. The ones that Disney have done. Even the spin-offs that aren't in the true storyline of Star Wars, like, you know, Han Solo, that sort of thing. I thought they were all good. I enjoyed them all. So I'm looking forward to at least seeing what The Mandalorian's like. Sniper Girl says, that's what I'll need to do. Edo says, I'm good. I got some more contract work from Magnetic. Edo, you must be rolling in cash. I'm so jealous. So jealous. Euro says, good credit comes with age and drinking responsibly. Well, that's very true. Not wasting your money either. That's you don't want to rack up huge credit card debt. Sniper Girl says, was unemployed for just over a year. Oh, it's depressing, isn't it, when you're unemployed? I know, you know, it can be hard. It can be. It's soul destroying when you can't find work. But like I've said to you guys before, you've just got to take it a day at a time and keep at it. And you've kept at it for a long time, Sniper Girl. So Edo says, so good payday. And that's what the new PC is all about, isn't it, Edo? Sniper Girl says we'll be making $20 an hour and found a studio for $488 a month. Definitely will be able to catch up if given the chance. Okay. Actually, what do you mean found a studio for $488 a month? You're talking about studio apartment? And if that's the case, then that's actually really cheap. To rent in the city that I live in Melbourne, in Australia, it's much more expensive. Much more expensive. Melbourne and Sydney are becoming, I think they're more expensive than New York now to buy or to rent, which sucks. Edo says, once I pay off student loan, I'll be rolling in cash. Oh, don't remind me of the student loans. They took forever for me to pay off, man. The Source Slinger says, I've changed my mind. I want you to be my granddad. So rude. You know what, the Source Slinger? You get a Phil slap because you're just so rude. Phil slap for you. Your granddad. How insulting. Edo says, my Substance Painter has expired. Oh no, you're going to have to go on the subscription model, Edo. You're going to have to pay those sub fees now to Adobe. Ew. You could use Quixel. Remember, Mixer. It's not as good as Substance, I have to admit, but it's getting there. Sniper Girl says, yes, studio apartments, literally 0.3 of a mile from Volition. Well, that's actually really decent, actually. I think $488 a month, compared to what, like I say, what you pay in the city I live in, I think that's pretty decent. Euro says, don't forget about Amore paint too. I'm not familiar with that, Euro. I'll have to check that out. Amore paint. I've not heard of it. I will check it out. Sniper Girl says, according to Google, that's 482.8 meters. Well, you'll be able to sleep in right up until 5 minutes before you're meant to start work, won't you? And just toddle down the street. That sounds very cool. Unless they let you work from home, which is even better. Which is unlikely, actually, when you're just starting at a new studio. Armour. Thank you, Smurfberry. I mispronounced it, obviously. Armour. Amor. I'm thinking of Christiane Amor, the CNN reporter. That's what reminded me of it. Armour painter. Okay. Edo says to Sniper Girl, give me your substance. Sniper Girl says, yeah, it's an 8-minute walk. We'll be able to sleep in quite a bit. Well, that's the way to go. Particularly if you start putting in longer hours at the studio, being able to sleep in and get there just before you're meant to start. It's always really cool. Always cool. All right, let's bring these little pieces in, which are the joins for the corners. Let's scale them up. Euro says armor equals English, armor equals America, amour equals English, armor equals American, go figure. Von Buki says, I found the best trailer to show the work on Dark Materials, permission to post. Can somebody give Von Buki temporary permission in chat for me to post a link? I won't show it because I don't want to infringe anyone's copyright, so I'm not going to I won't show it on stream. I'll look at it, check it out after the stream. Thank you, Sniper Girl. There you go, guys. Go check the trailer out that Von Buki's just posted. And I will check it out after the stream. Yeah, just copyright stuff, you know. You know what it's like. I got to be real careful with all the copyright stuff. I'm going to scale this up a little more. Now, I did actually design it to fit it, like, you know, to actually fit the way it is, the size it is. But I'm actually thinking it might look more interesting if it's a bit bigger. Or do I? Do I or don't I? Yeah, I might actually scale up just a little bit. We might go to 1.9. Might just look a bit more interesting if it's a little bit bigger. Maybe even bigger. We might go to 2.1. So it sits just above and just below the lip of the wooden paneling. Okay, let's put one over the other side. Rotate it around. Sniper Girl says, yeah, the difference between English International and American English. Well, it's spelling as well. You know, colour. Americans spell it C-O-L-O-R. And Australia and the British spell it C-O-L-O-U-R. So all of these are different, you know, different ways to spell the same word. It gets confusing. Let's duplicate this one. I have to admit, I tend to spell it the American way now. I never used to, but it just saves confusion for my American audience. Bambuki says it's a trailer. Never heard of anyone getting struck for showing a trailer. You telling me how to run my stream now, are you, dude? I might check it out quickly, maybe. Let me get these brackets sorted and then we'll look at it. Okay, just those three. And I actually want to put these same brackets up here in the corners. I never designed them to go up here, but I think they look cool. Sniper Girl says it happens if the trailer has copyrighted music and the company that made the music can do a claim. Yeah, music is you got to be so careful with music nowadays on YouTube and on Twitch. Because music studios or rights holders are actually sending takedown notices to Twitch now. They never used to as much as YouTube, but they are doing it now. So Sniper Girl is correct. Ito says, I have substance again. Oh, okay, cool. That was quick. Bonbuki says, I refuse to say aluminium. Ito says, I forgot I had an account tied to my work info. Oh, well, there you go. Source Slinger says, don't disrespect Grandpa. That's right. You want another slap, don't you, dude? Euro says, I had my arguments, discussions with programmers over variable names due to language. Sniper Girl says, had a lot of people complain about the Gangster's Paradise song that was in the original Sonic trailer, had their reaction to the trailer claim. Yeah, you've got to be careful, particularly with YouTube. YouTube are terrible. Well, they're not terrible. I mean, these people own the rights to the music and you shouldn't be using it if you don't have the rights to it. So, but yeah, no, YouTube will hit you with a copyright claim. If they don't, then the music holder will. As sure as the sun will shine and rise tomorrow, that will happen on YouTube. Trust me. I have a YouTube channel, I know. Although I don't tend to use commercial music on my YouTube, I use royalty-free stuff that won't get me a copyright strike. I think we might go a little bit bigger for these top pieces. Let's go 2.6. Euro says Twitch auto screens your VODs for copyright stuff after a stream ends. Yep, but yeah, if you want to avoid unmuted VODs, it's best to get no copyright sounds. Yeah, because what Twitch will do is they will scan your VOD for copyright music and they will mute it, but they don't just mute the music, of course, they mute you as well. So if you're a streamer and you've been doing a stream and you get your you get a copyright strike for music, then people also not only will not hear the music, they won't hear you while the music is playing. So that sort of defeats the purpose of having your VOD up on Twitch if no one can hear you for, I don't know, what, 5 minutes while the music's playing. So yeah, I just avoid using any sort of commercial music at all. Besides which, using royalty-free stuff, you get to promote some independent artists, which is always a good thing. As opposed to all the commercial artists you always hear and see on the radio or on MTV or video, you know. Sniper Girl says yes, and let me catch up here. Von Buki says no, I say aluminum. The Americans say aluminium. Well, there you go. That's right. Sniper Girl says yes and no. Fair use does exist in a lot of countries. YouTube tends to step on that right for creators. Yeah, don't trust me. Do not do it on YouTube. YouTube, even if you, like, I've even had copyright strikes on the stuff that you hear playing in the background now, which I have the right to actually broadcast. I actually purchased the right from 99 Lives when they used to, when you had to buy it, it's free now, to use the music. But I still get copyright strikes because the bot that YouTube uses is pretty stupid. If it sounds remotely like part of some other song that is copyrighted, then the bot will issue you a strike, and then you've got to appeal the strike. I mean, generally it goes pretty smoothly, but you know, it can be a pain, put it that way, to have to go through the rigmarole of contacting YouTube, saying, no, I have the rights to the music, showing them that I have the rights to the music, just so they can unmute something they should never have muted to begin with, or never have given me a strike against to begin with. Okay, so they're the only corners I think we need to put those little pieces in. Let's go back to lit mode. I just wanted to go into unlits because it was easier for me to see what I was doing in these dark corners. Edo says, re-importing the mesh in Substance is the greatest thing since sliced bread. It is, but it doesn't always work. If you change the UV maps and stuff, sometimes Substance can get a bit confused if you re-import your mesh. But I agree, it's great. You've seen me use it. Not always 100% works 100%, but when it does, it works really well. Edo says, where is my song for? What was your song, Edo? I can't remember. Smurfberry says, to be honest, the algorithm is bad enough that it misidentifies songs a lot. You could get flagged video even with royalty-free, and I've told you. The stuff that you hear now is royalty-free, which I bought the rights to actually use. Still gets flagged occasionally on YouTube, and I've still got to go through the process of saying, no. Unflag this. This is not copyrighted. It's royalty free, and I have the rights to play it. So, Smokeberry says that, and there are people who are the scum who abuse the system and will make false claims knowing full well that they are in the wrong. Yes, that's a thing as well. Sad, sad people, Smokeberry. Sad, sad people. Euro says because on YouTube regarding copyrights you are guilty till you are proven innocent. Google got to protect their bottom line. That's exactly right, and you are guilty until proven innocent with YouTube, with Google, with ABC, whatever you want to call them now, particularly with YouTube. Euro says because on YouTube regarding copy. I read that. Sniper Girl says yes, that's true. Edo says it's the Something Love You song. You've got to be a bit more specific. I can't remember either because I've got multiple playlists that I play on Twitch, and I'm not sure which one it was. Edo, Scott, Milka, and Paper Water know that I love you. Okay, all right, hang on. Let me see if I can find it. I found it for you, just for you, Edo. There you go. There's your song, and I'll try and shut up while it's playing. Okay. Sniper Girl says music companies tend to have a person they pay on minimum wage to not supply a laptop and pay them to flag stuff on YouTube. Sniper Girl says yes, and that was the job listing. Sniper Girl says, how are you? And Engine X, it's good to see you, Engine X. My apologies, I missed your hello there. Hi to you, Engine X. It's good to see you. I hope you're well. Edo says you're cheating on me, Sniper Girl. Smokeberry says he'll try, but he won't succeed. Phil isn't going to talk. I don't believe that. I mucked it up. Look, I'll shut up now. I'm trying. Oh, I just blew it, didn't I, Sniper Girl? Just blew it. I can't shut up. You know I can't shut up. It's just not in my nature to keep my mouth shut. I'll try until the song is finished. Oh, it is. It's so hard. I have to check the size of this, so I'm just going to play in the editor real quick. Let's scale it back just a little bit. I think it might be just a bit too big. Sniper Girl says, I bet you talk to yourself when you're not here. Actually, no, I don't. I don't talk to myself. That's the first sign of madness. Isn't that what they say? So I don't tend to talk to myself. Oh, yeah. No, I don't talk to myself, but I will occasionally say something to myself. Not have a conversation, though. 26.01 seconds, Sniper Girl said. Well, there you go. The song is over now, so I can talk. I'll keep this playlist going. Euro says, second sign is hairy palms. Third sign is checking. My apologies, Engine X though, for not saying anything because I had to be quiet because Edo wanted me to play that song that was playing in the background. And I didn't want to ruin it for him. Sniper Girl says, thought sign of madness is arguing with yourself. Well, I heard it was talking to yourself, but it could be both. I guess it could be both. I'm just going to play an editor again to check the size again. Pay no attention to my little messages popping up. That's just in-game logic for different stuff going on in the game level that needs to be tidied up. I think that should be okay. I'm looking down at the sink. I'm trying to picture myself standing at my sink in my bathroom, and that's about right. The sink comes up to just below hip height generally. You're actually hearing the audio in the background as well. I don't know if you heard it. It's an ambient track again that the composer created for the level. Okay, so what we've got, I'm just going to copy this scale value here. So I was thinking we'd put one of the vanity units down this end and the other vanity unit down this end. So, which is this one here. Let's rotate it around the right way. And let's scale it up. That actually looks different. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move it over so I can scale it up to match this unit over here. Obviously the scale on them is just a bit different. I'm just trying to line them up here compared to the other sink. I'm just going to go into unlit mode briefly so we can get a better look at what's going on. Looks like I might need to go up just a little bit more. That should be good. We have to pull it out enough so we're not intersecting that wooden beam that runs along the wall. Same with over here. I actually have a cupboard behind these two doors, so I have to make sure that the cupboard is not intersecting the beam as well.
Cruising highways longer, further. Living life is supposed to be. Red lights never seem to stop us.
And let's play in editor and have a look at that.
I try to limit my restrictions. You always fight to feel complete.
Okay, now this is not allowing me to get right up close because of the way that the collision has been added to the object. So I'm just going to change the collision on this. And pull that in so we can see it. Good. Yeah, you can see how it's created the collision box, and that's not really good for what we want because I really need the player to be able to get in here and open up this cupboard door. So I'm going to change it from simple collision to complex collision. So I'm going to remove the collision. And we're going to set it to complex collision. Let's double check that. And now we can get right up to the sink. I might actually do that on the other one as well, because I've noticed that with the other one, we can only sort of get to about here. We're not nowhere near the vanity unit itself, so let's change that one. You don't want to do complex collision on everything. Like a lot of the furniture in the building has simple collision because the more complex the collision, the more it will slow the engine down. But things like this, where we actually need to be able to get right up to it to interact with it, we need the complex stuff. I'm just going to check it again to make sure we're good to go before we move on to the next object. Now we can get right up to the sink, which is good. Am I going into the sink? No. I think it's an illusion. I think. I should not be going into the sink with complex collision. No. Worst comes to worst, we can always create collision inside of Max and import it into the model. No, that should be fine, I think. Yes, you can load your own collision logs into UE4. That is true, Euro. I often make my own collision for Unreal in Maya. Yep, you can do all of that. That's true. Let's see if we can get it to automatically generate a collision that might be better. I don't know if it will do it or not. Actually, this collision probably would be okay for this object. Edo says, curse this PC. What's your PC doing, Edo? Tell us. Tell us, dude. What's going on? What's wrong? We'll switch back from complex collision to this simplified collision for this object. I'm not sure whether we can do that for this one though, because of the shape of it, it might be a little bit too difficult for the engine to work out. But we'll see how we go. Yeah, no. Again, see, it's sticking out too far that way. You can, of course, move the collision. That's another option. But let's see if we can get a collision happening that's a bit better than this. The hold count, let's try it at the default. And that'll work for what we want, I guess. That should be okay. Yeah, that should be okay. As long as we can get into the sink, we should be good. Anytime I can use the tools built into the editor as opposed to having to jump back into Max, it's just easier and simpler and better. Sniper Girl says, what's going on? Euro says, I'm in Armour, used to make all my LODs by hand, so I'm used to it. Doesn't take long to be for collision, to be honest. No, collisions are generally just boxes. It shouldn't take very long. But it's quicker just to use the tools that Epic have created in the engine, though. Hey, they gave you the tools, make use of them. Why create more work? Let's just double check that again to make sure our collision is good. That should be okay. As long as I can get to the cupboards and up near the sink, then I'm happy. It still looks like it might be sticking out a bit too far though. Or is that just me? Again, let me just double check the collision on this one. No, that is correct. I mean, that must be where the player gets up to, because the collision is right on the edge of the sink. There is nothing overhanging it that should be blocking me. So that should be correct. Oops. There we go. I went upside down by mistake. No, that's fine. Edo says these 8K bakes are taking too long. Are you talking about baking in Substance Painter? Because I noticed that as well. When you start going up over 4, even 4K can start to take quite a while to bake out. Smurfberry says, ooh, manual LODs. I agree, Smurf. Edo says, and then it takes forever to save. Sniper Girl says 8K bakes do take a while. Have fun. Euro says, yeah, Unity has auto log creation as well. It's pretty good. Yeah, I love any auto tool is always great. Saves so much work. So much work. Okay, so I think one of the single vanity over here, corner vanity over here. Let's bring in the toilet. Finally, let's bring the toilet in. Not the tiny toilet. Let's make it a bit bigger. Let's rotate it around. I think a toilet might be nice over here, because when you sit on the toilet, then you can look out the window. Isn't that what everyone wants to do when they go to the toilet? Look out the window at the world. So if we put the toilet over here, you can sit there and you can stare out the window. The Source Slinger says, do you make these assets? Yes, I did make these assets, Source Slinger. All of my previous streams are on under the videos tab on my Twitch page if you want to watch me make them, how I made them and how I textured them. Sniper Girl says that will be one cold ass toilet. Well, you guys wanted the gold toilet. Come on. You wanted the gold toilet. You wanted me to make the whole toilet gold. And remember, we compromised and I made just the toilet lid and the toilet seat gold for you guys. But you are right, that would be one very cold toilet to sit on. I wouldn't want to sit on it. It'd be freezing. Middle of winter sitting on a gold toilet seat. Whoa. And Sniper Echo, it's good to see you, buddy. Hello to you too. Euro says evening. Sniper Girl says hello to Sniper Echo. Source Slinger says they're very nice. Thank you, Source Slinger. I'm glad you liked it. I think I just need to make the toilet maybe a little bit bigger. I'm just going to jump into play in editor again and we'll have a look. I've also got to make sure I turn off. I don't want the player to be able to stand up on the toilet. Yeah, I think the toilet needs to be just a bit bigger. Again, I'm imagining my bathroom and how tall the toilet is in comparison to my sink. Again, let's play in editor and check. That should be good. Yeah, that's about right, I think, for the toilet. Let me move back here so we can have a look. Actually, I think it's a little bit big. Might pull it back just a bit. Maybe like that. Sniper Echo's asked Sniper Girl, great, thanks, how about you? Euro says, oh wow, I never realised it was gold. Yes, it's gold. Gold toilet cover and a gold toilet seat. Solid gold. Because that's what you guys wanted when I was texturing it up. You guys wanted it and I gave it to you. You guys get what you want. Sniper Girl says, I'm doing well. Euro says, toilet gone all MC Hammer. That's right. They were making jokes about Donald Trump's gold toilet, I think, when I was texturing it up. Sniper Echo says to Sniper Girl, what day do you move to the new job? And do we have a dedicated room for the toilet yet? The toilet is in. Look. All those times you've been saying that the people that are in this house can't go to the bathroom, now they can go to the bathroom. I've just installed a toilet for them. And it's gold. And this is the bathroom we're making now, Sniper Echo. Cheeky. Sniper Echo says, or is it just in the bedroom or something? Sniper Echo says, also, how is it plumbed? There is plumbing. There is, look. Look, there's a pipe. There is a pipe. Actually, I've got to pull it back so actually the pipe goes into the wall, but there is plumbing. It's plumbed into the wall. How about that? There you go. It's plumbed in. And look, there's even water in there, which I've got to change the colour of. That's just a blue texture at the moment. I'll probably put a water material in there. Maybe a dirty water material, make it yellow or something. Just to creep everyone out when they go to look at the toilet and they're playing the game. Instead of nice blue water, it'll be some horrible yellow. Or blood. I don't know. No, maybe not blood. Blood's a bit off-putting. Sniper Girl says, up in the air to be honest, meeting an apartment complex on Thursday and apply for it, hoping it works out. Sniper Echo says, try not to stress over it, you'll get it sorted. Yeah, you will. Sniper, that's good advice, Sniper Echo. Sniper Girl, just don't stress over it. I'm sure it'll all work out fine. Sniper Girl says it's hard not to get stressed a bit. I spent most of the day messaging apartments, messaging people on roommate searches sites. Sniper says, right, fingers crossed. Let's put the toilet roll in now, shall we, I think? Did I bring it in? Did I forget to bring the toilet roll in? Am I just blind? Did I not bring the toilet roll in? Really? No, I don't think I did. Oh, how remiss. Let's import the toilet roll. Because, you know, you can't have a toilet without toilet paper. That would be bad. That would be very bad. Toilet roll, there we go. And let's texture it up. By importing the textures, so toilet roll, colour, metallic, normal and rough. I should leave the toilet roll out, so you guys have to make alternative arrangements after you've used the bathroom. I should be really cruel like that, shouldn't I? So colour, make sure this one is actually metallic. Yep. And normal. And save. And there's a problem. Why is there a problem? It's not UV mapping correctly. I'm just trying to work out why. This model is not This is the model I think I took into Substance Painter, but it should be it's because I've loaded up the wrong textures for the wrong model. I loaded up the toilet and not the toilet roll. Let's fix that. I'm thinking, what's going on here? Take two. Take two. Toilet roll. That's the folder we want. Did I not export the textures for the toilet roll? Seriously? Seriously? Wow. Okay. All right. Let's jump into Substance Painter real quick. Man. Euro says, I don't think you did yesterday. No, I didn't. Sniper says, this is some tune. What is it? Again, I can't hear it. I'd love to be able to listen to the music like that you guys hear, but I can't wear headphones. I get hot ears. You know what it's like. You know what I'm like. Sniper Girl says, pro game dev streamer. Shut up. Euro says, must have had a brain fart like I must have. I must have. I can't believe I forgot to export the textures for the toilet roll. I think it's because we finished the toilet roll really late, one stream, towards the end of the stream. And remember I said to you I wasn't really happy with, I wanted to redo it. I think that's why I didn't export the textures. That's my excuse. We'll do it now. Takes all of 3 seconds. Once I get there. Models, bathroom, chosen, toilet roll. Let's close these down because we don't need them open anymore. And yes, I make sure that every time I open a new folder, it opens in a new window. I don't get it to replace the old one. I specifically set up my windows to do that because that's what I like. I like a new window for every folder I open. It's the same with my mouse. I turn off double click. I only have single click on my mouse. Nginx says, is this flip UV? No, it's because I didn't export the textures, Nginx. It was very remiss of me. I didn't export them. Let's send them to the right folder. So yeah, I textured it up and then didn't export the textures. And we'll probably export it at 512. I think 512 was big enough for a toilet roll and a toilet roll holder. Let me just save that project and we're going to jump back into Unreal. Import the correct textures now. Let's pull them in. We can remove these ones. Apply and then save. Sniper Echo says, so would we, Phil. Euro says, no, this is forget to export problem. That's right. Sniper Girl says, love that emote to Smurfer, I'm assuming. Sniper Echo says, mouse has double click. Yeah, who would have thought? A mouse has a double click. And there we go. Now our toilet roll is looking correct. I actually did, I did create little love heart toilet paper. I was almost going to put it on, and I will if you guys think I should. I actually made some toilet paper in Alchemist that has little love hearts on it. Okay, let's bring our toilet roll in. A tiny, tiny toilet roll. Rotate it around. Euro says, the new Explorer window, every click would make me lose it. Yeah, it's because I like to jump between folders. Between folders. So I like to have every folder open in an individual window, so I can drag and drop and all that sort of stuff between different folders. That's the reason I turn that on. By default, it's not like that. It does mean you've got to close them all down then afterwards. Sniper Girl says must be 8K. Euro says 16K or go home for a toilet roll holder. Man, bring the engine to a grinding halt. 16K toilet roll holder. How high should we make this? I'm trying to picture my bathroom as to how high my toilet roll holder is. I think that's about right. Yeah, maybe about there. So we're sitting on the toilet, toilet roll's right there. On the toilet, reach over to grab the toilet paper. Look around the bathroom. Just going to play in editor again and check the sizes. Sniper Girl says you win. Of course I do. Engineer Euro says make it a few toilet rolls and randomize the texture selection for them, different every time. Maybe I should just add a random toilet roll sitting on the side of the vanity here with a different texture on it with the love hearts on it. The Source Slinger says, in my bathroom we can't afford a toilet roll holder. You have to bring a partner for every poop to hold it. Gross! Oh man. There are easier ways to hold a toilet roll than have to bring in a second person to hold it for you. Just don't use a toilet roll holder and just set your toilet roll on the ground there. Just put it on the floor beside the toilet. That'll work. Let's just do a quick save because we haven't done one for a while. And I'm just going to remove these textures that I imported that were incorrect. So we don't want these ones. And we want to move these ones into their correct subfolders so we keep everything nice and organized. Now let me rename this to toilet roll holder underscore match for material. Let's put that in the materials bathroom folder. Put the textures in the textures folder. And rename this underscore MSH for mesh. Okay. The Source Slinger says, frankly, that's disgusting, Phil. Okay. So you don't want to sit your toilet roll on the ground because that's disgusting, but you'd like somebody else to come in and help you out. That's not disgusting. Smurfberry says, using the floor like a barbarian. That's right. Like a barbarian. I'm not saying you don't wipe your bottom on the floor. You set your toilet roll on the floor. If you don't have a toilet roll holder. Your floor should be clean because you should be cleaning your bathroom regularly. I'm sorry, if you don't clean your bathroom regularly, I can't help you. You're going to have to find somewhere else to put your toilet roll. Well, put it up on the vanity here, you know. If you're so special and so precious that you can't put it on the ground because that's dirty, then put it up on the vanity, up here. Smoker Girl says, well, Phil is old, can't expect too much. That's right. Euro says, I'd set it on the side of the vanity unit. I would too. That's a much better spot for it, actually. Because if you're sitting on the toilet, you'd be able to reach over and grab it on the vanity here. Or on the cistern top. That's, again, that's a very good suggestion as well. Pop it up here on the top of the cistern. Yes, perfect. Although easier probably to reach over here than having to sort of turn around while you're sitting on the toilet to grab it from back here. We could even put the toilet roll holder here if we wanted to. We could move it that way so it's facing the toilet, but we won't. The Source Slinger says, whenever I clean my bathroom, my tongue starts to hurt after like 15 minutes. Oh, dude, you're nasty. Gross. The Source Slinger says, how do people go through the whole bathroom? How do people get through the whole bathroom? Euro says, you're not meant to drink the bleach, the Source Slinger. That's exactly right. Thank you, Euro. Sniper Echo says, anybody here use hand plane? I don't know what that is. Smurfberry says, I've used hand plane, but not in a while. I'm not familiar with it. I don't know it. You guys know more than I do. Sniper Echo says, it's just a baking tool. No, I don't know it. I've not used it. I've not heard of it. It's a baker, Euro says. I wasn't sure, actually, after all the talk of toilet rolls and things. I wasn't sure what he was talking about for a minute. I use Mighty Bake to do baking as well. Mighty Bake's very good. Sniper Girl says, hand plane baker found that X normal actually worked better than hand plane. Well, like I said, I use Mighty Bake. Mighty Bake is very good. Smurfberry says, I don't think it's been updated in a while. Sniper says, I still fall back to using Nailed is good too. And you can do it, of course, in Substance Painter as well, if you really want to. Okay, so large vanity, small vanity, toilet. What's next? Let's get the mirrors on the vanities, actually. So I have this mirror. But I've got to try and remember which way is the right way around. This way. Let's rotate it around. I'm not doing anything special with these mirrors on the vanities because I want to place mirrors on the walls, and the ones on the walls will give it a nice decorative, ornate frame. But the ones on the vanities, because the vanities are like deco style, I don't want to make a really decorative frame for the vanity mirror. I want them to be very plain. Euro says hand plane is okay. Tools like Marmo are just easier to set up and bake with though. Sniper Girl says I normally bake in Marmoset. Photogrammetry assets I bake in X normal. Euro says hand plane is all CPU too. Again, I want GPU acceleration. Need it. Must have GPU acceleration. Mighty Bake is GPU accelerated. The one that I was talking about before. I'm just going to go into unlit mode so we can get a better idea about mirror position and size. And let's scale it up. Not too big because I want to put two light fittings either side of the mirror. Maybe just a little bit bigger. Sniper Echo says, I didn't look into it a lot, but I always found the baked normals and substance seemed a little soft. Yeah, again, I don't generally do my normal baking in substance. I'm just saying you can if you're stuck. If you don't have any other program you can use Substance Painter. But again, I don't use Substance Painter to do it either. So I can't attest to the quality of Substance Painter for its baking. For your normal maps. In fact, sometimes I just use Max, straight Max, because Max does a pretty good job as well. Let's move it up a little bit. So the mirror is just above the top of the sink there. Actually, yeah. No, yeah. Smokeberry says hand plane kind of filled a competitive gap before Mama said added there are baker and before everything else started baking too, like Substance and Quixel. Sniper Egger says 0. Okay. Sniper Girl says, can you bake in Quixel currently? Nginx says hand plane is older software, right? Smokeberry says hand plane is 2014 to 2016. Rest in peace, hand plane. Nginx says, let's duplicate this mirror so we can put it on the other vanity on the other side. Rotate it 180 degrees. Smokeberry says the Quixel suite has some baking, but I don't think Mixer has it yet. I wish they'd hurry up and release the new version of Mixer because I'm keen to start using that software a lot more. But it's missing some features that I really want before I start using it regularly. Particularly now it's free. It's free! I told you, we all love free. So we have our mirror. And we have our mirror. Sniper Girl says, okay, I can imagine Mixer 2020 will have some sort of baker. Let's hope so. Smokeberry says, I'm sure it will since they'll be adding the 3D painting mode, which will be very cool because that's needed as well. So we can give the finger to Adobe and start using Quixel. Now that Adobe owns Substance Painter. Oops, Painter is a good program. Look, just because Adobe owns it doesn't mean we should not use it. Painter is good. Although you guys know I like to use Mari by the Foundry to do my texture painting because I like getting in there and doing it by hand. I'm a masochist. I like doing it by hand. Sniper Girl says also we'll have smart materials and smart masks. It needs smart masks. They're very useful. The Source Slinger says, Phil, do you expect two people to double up on the toilet? Why? Because I got two vanity units. Is that why? Because there are two sinks. One can sit in the other one's lap, can't they? Can't two people do a double act on the toilet that way? Spread your legs wide and two people can sit on one toilet seat. I'm assuming. I haven't tried. Source Slinger says, and one poo pot. Maybe we can put a poo pot in the upstairs master bedroom. Because remember, this is a 1900s building, so, you know, a poo pot wouldn't look out of place. Source Slinger says, I'm all for the funk. Sniper Girl says, yeah, that would be kind of gross. Pass. Oh, look, you are single-handedly responsible, Source Slinger, for bringing down the quality of my stream. And remember, I'm PG, so let's keep it clean, guys. Mirror, mirror, mirror. Mirror, mirror, mirror. Okay, what else have we got to put in this bathroom? Sniper Girl says, the Source Slinger, try and tell us how it goes. Source Slinger says, can't. Papa Phil says, I bring down the average. I thought I was grandpuppy. No. I'm back to daddy again, am I? Next we're going to bring in, I'm just looking around to see how I want to design the rest of this bathroom. Next, we're going to bring in, I think we'll bring in the light fittings for the vanity units, and then we'll look at the rest of the furniture. So, these light fittings here. Let's rotate them 180 degrees because they're facing in the wrong direction. Sniper Girl says, I thought it was great-great-great-great-grandpa Phil. I mean, he knew Noah. And Adam and Eve, remember. I knew Adam and Eve as well. You forget about them? Hey? But yes, I was besties with Noah. I remember the flood well. And all you sinners better beware. The Source Slinger says, they only had the First Testament back then. Well, I wouldn't know. I'm not actually a religious person, so. Not unless you include the occult. That's just for this game. It's going to go into unlit mode so I can get my size and position correct here. These lights are a little bit big, so let's scale them back. Maybe something... like that should be good. Sniper Wrecker says, who is hyped for Half-Life VR? Yeah, we were talking about that yesterday. A VR, new Half-Life game, but VR, and you guys know I can't really use VR because I get a hot head. So I'm a bit annoyed at that. I hope they make it so you don't need to just play it in VR. Because yeah, I love the Half-Life games, they were great. And we were saying yesterday it's been a long while since Valve actually released an actual game and not just relied on the revenue from Steam to keep themselves going. Sniper Girl says yes and no, hoping they will have non-VR version as well. Sniper says all 5 people who have a VR headset. Sniper Echo says to Sniper, Euro says, I like X-Normal for baking, building interior ambient occlusions. It's the same attenuation controls that other bakers don't. It has some attenuation controls other bakers don't. Yeah, well, again, Sniper Girl likes X-Normal too. Sniper Echo says to Sniper Girl, I don't think they're planning it from what I heard. No! And Sniper Girl says they're not looking forward to it. Me either. If they're not going to have a non-VR version, then that counts me out. Why, Val? Why? Why you do that? Why? Create a non-VR version. Not all of us like VR, really. You know, despite what the media might tell us that we should be all excited for VR, it's still not ready for prime time, I don't think. Virtual reality. I've said before, I think augmented reality is much more interesting than virtual reality at the moment, anyway. Smadberry says, yeah, to be honest, Valve has lost all credibility as a game developer. They're just Steam now, pretty much. I mean, and they're making a fortune off of Steam, so, you know. Sniper says to Euro, interior ambient occlusion. Sniper Girl says, I only look forward to things I can actually play. Me too. Sniper Girl says, yeah, sad but true. Euro says, every time someone complains about Half-Life 3, Gabe postpones it by a year. Gabe. Let's duplicate these so we can bring them over to the other vanity unit. And again, you'll notice that I duplicated them together, not just because it's quicker and easier, but also it means we will keep the distance between them equal to these two. If I'd done it one by one, we would have had to guess the distance, and that could be a bit of a pain. Okay. Sniper Girl says to Euro, I like X-Normal for the cavity maps too. I find that they're better than most bakers. Well, Null can do cavity maps too. Null does a pretty good job with cavity maps. And Null can also do bent normals, which you can actually use in the Unreal Engine if you want to as well. Bent normal maps. Okay, so let's go back to lit mode. I'm just wondering, yeah. What I'm going to do is I'm going to place all the furniture and then we'll look at the adjustment to actually adding lights, proper lights, once we get the furniture in. If you guys remember when I designed the rest of the building, how I tackled it, I started with the walls and the floors, like I did with the bathroom here, then the furnishings, soft furnishings like curtains, and then after that's in, furniture. Then after the furniture is when I do the lighting. I found that's the best way, at least for me, to work, to get everything. The easiest way to get everything to blend nicely together is don't do the lighting until you've got all of the assets in the building or whatever it is you're making. Euro says to Sniper Girl, yeah, the attenuation on the ambient occlusion on interiors keeps the bakes nice and light. X-Normal were doing a rewrite to use the GPUs better, but it ain't heard much from them about that in a year or more. It's always annoying when you find a program you really like and then devs sort of abandon it or don't update it for a long time. I always find that sad. Okay, now I think I'm wondering why the glass here is bright. And I have a feeling it's because when I made this material, I think I might have added a bit of diffuse glow to it, because I made it for the lamps that go around the outside of the building, and the lamps have a light in them, so they might look a little bright because they have a bit of what's the word? Can't remember the word. Self-emitting light, you know what I mean. Emissive, that's the word. They have a bit of an emissive value, which they're going to need anyway because we are going to put lights in here. So Smurfberry says, yeah, that was like 2017, wasn't it? Sniper Girl says Euro, wow, that would be great. Euro says, yeah, around then they announced it. Self-illumination, yep. Emissive, it's called an emissive value in Unreal, but self-illumination is the same thing, yep. Okay, what do we bring in now? We will bring in... Let's bring the bathtub in. Why not? Tiny bathtub. Oh, man. I want the bathtub to be facing in the other direction though. And we want the bathtub to be in the around the sitting on that pentagram. We have to make sure we allow enough room for the player to actually move around it though. Again, I'm just going to play in editor so I can check the size. Sniper Girl says it looks like a baby carriage. When it was that size it did. Euro says, can you copy the scale transformation in UE? Could copy it from one object to another and save having to resize individually? That would be true had I actually created all of the assets together, but I didn't. So they're all going to actually probably have a slightly different size. If I'd done my job properly, I should have actually had them all together in the one file, like I did for the other assets in the rest of the building. But it didn't work this way for this for the bathroom assets when I made them. So I'm just trying to work out what's blocking me here. It's probably not a big deal because I actually want to put a statue there anyway. As long as we can move around this way, we should be good. I'm just being blocked. It might be the curtains actually. but that's okay because I'm going to put a tree here anyway, a plant. Size-wise, I'm trying to work out if I need to make the bath any bigger. That noise is that thing there. Sniper Girl says to Euro, yes you can. Sniper Girl says, wow, some rock solid curtains. That's right. Euro says, UE, Unity, Tom, a... Sniper Girl says, hard as a rock. Source Slinger says, you know the mimics in Dark Souls? Yep, I do. The Source Slinger says, you should make one of the toilets like that. You want to make it into a mimic so it tries to eat you when you go and sit on it. Mercury says, wait, what thing? Is the wall on fire? You know, that's actually a pentagram on the other side of this door. You're looking at it from the back. You can't get into this room until you actually solve a puzzle because there's a pentagram on the door and that's part of that pentagram. But you're looking at it from the wrong side. That's why it looks a bit weird. Sourcelinger says Google mimics from the Dark Souls. I know, I've seen the Dark Souls. I know what the mimics are. They're usually chests. When you go to open them up, they turn into a creature with big, long, lanky legs and arms and teeth in the chest part that tries to eat you. Smurfberry says, I thought it was a sound issue. No, it's not a sound issue. It is actually that pentagram that's on the other side of the door, but you can't see. Let me move away from it so it's not so annoying. Sniper Girl says, okay, so it's Z fighting. No, it's not Z fighting. Nothing is Z fighting. But I'm just trying to work out if I need to make the bath bigger or not. And for that, I'm afraid I need to go near that really annoying, noisy thing. So we've got to sort of like imagine if we could lie down in the bath. And compare it to the vanity units, the size. I actually think the bath is probably okay. Let's just jump out of that so we can get rid of that noise. Yeah, I think the bath size might be okay. What I want to do now is I want to bring in. I'm going to bring in another angel statue because why not? I like angel statues, and you guys will probably recognise this angel from the very first project I ever did on stream on Twitch. Was the Baroque Terrace, and I'm going to be using the angel that we created for the Baroque Terrace. Two angels actually. The other one's going to go in the master bedroom upstairs because I thought it might look cool to have an angel statue looking at you while you're in the bath. Because that's not creepy, is it? So while you're in the bath, you're going to have an angel staring down at you. And she's going to actually be holding a lamp as well. I'm just going to turn off angle snap here so I can just turn you around. And position wise, I might move her over just a little bit maybe. Scale wise. Well, let me pull the lamp she holds into her hand, and then I'll decide whether the scale is correct or not. This needs to be made bigger. I might make it just a little bit bigger. If I go into one lit mode, you can probably get a better look at her. So yeah, she's looking at you while you're in the bath. So that's not creepy at all. Actually, my intention was to have one either side, but I don't think there's enough room here for me to have another angel statue on this side. I think it will block us being able to get through. I'm going to duplicate her, and I'm just going to see if it does, but I'm pretty sure it's going to, it will block us getting through because the statue itself is a bit too big. But originally my idea was to have one either side of the bath. Move her along so it's in line with this one. I'm just going to play in editor and see if that actually is blocking our path through the bathroom. No, we can get around. Yura says, don't forget the old days people were smaller. Sniper Girl says, needs horns and a pitchfork. Source Slinger says, can she hold TP? Euro says should put her outside the window so when lightning strikes it looks like someone is outside. That would be creepy, wouldn't it? Have her outside the window, yeah, that would be very creepy. But I'm not going to have lightning in the game. I've noticed that this one is further out from the bath than this one. If I move this one out any further, though, I have a feeling we will get blocked from being able to get into the bathroom. So my options are only have one angel statue or move her closer in, which is what I might do. I think we might just move this one in a little bit. What I'm going to do actually is I'm going to flip this because I want the urns that they're holding to be in the same spot. So in order for that, I need to do a transform. And let me see if I can get the mirror correct. I always get it wrong. X or Y. Oh, got it right for a change. Miracles never cease. Let's rotate it around. Let's move the lamp. And the reason that I've made the lamps separate from the rest of the model is because I might reuse these lamps in the master bedroom or somewhere else in the building as wall lights. So I purposely kept them separate so that we could reuse them perhaps as a wall light somewhere else in the building. Because yeah, reusing it as often as we can is always a good way to go. Helps save on creating new assets. It also helps with memory and all that sort of stuff in the game engine. If we can reuse stuff. Just making sure that my lamp is sitting in her hand. So I want to make sure that she's not intersecting the bath. No. And now I've got to make sure that we can still get past her. No, you see, I can't get past her now. She's blocking me. We have a couple of options here. We can either change the collision, or I know it's blocking. It's the corner of her wing over here. Or I can just rotate her a little bit more. No, I still can't get past. Okay, we have another option. We can move everything over just a little bit. Clear. Now we can get past, which is good. Snappy Girl says, Sierra, I like that idea. It would be creepy as heck, it would. So she's the angelic version of Lady Liberty. Yes, that's right. Do you remember these statues? I don't know actually if you were in my stream at the beginning when I did the Baroque Terrace Sniper Girl. Because that was the very first project I ever did on Twitch. So a long time ago now. Snappy Girl says, so Smurfberry says, needs a book. Nginx says, good night everyone, it's 5 AM here. Well, thanks for being here, Nginx, I do appreciate it. I'll be back on again next week live at 5 PM Pacific. You have a good night and good sleep. So good night, Nginx. Snappy Girl says, night. Snappy Girl says, think it was slightly, yeah, I think it was. I think you came into the stream. I think you came into the stream when I started working on the building here in UE4. And yeah, that was the very first stream I ever did, was the Baroque Terrace, which is, because it's actually on my store, so I'll refresh everyone's memory. We'll go to my shop. Yeah, it was this one here. This was the very first project I did on Twitch. And that's her there. I've also brought this model in. We're going to use her up in the master bedroom upstairs. I'm just trying to work out whether I should make them a bit smaller or not. No, they're about just below head height, I guess. Yeah, no, I don't want to make them smaller. Let me get a bird's eye view here so I can get these angled correctly. Actually, I would really like to angle this one to be more like this one, but we have that problem with the size here. I guess what I could do is we could still move the bath over a little bit. So if let me turn angle snap off here. see if we can angle it as much as I can before we start being blocked too much from getting through here. And then we can re-angle this one to be about the same. They don't have to be exactly the same, even if they're a bit different, that's not a bad thing. And I can move the bath over just a little bit more. Well, let's test to make sure we can still get through. Yes, that's good. So yes, that's not creepy, having an angel, two angel statues staring at you while you bathe. I don't know where their eye level goes, but it's sort of going to around about here in the tub. Make of that what you will. I just think I'm going to move. I just want to make sure that she's not intersecting anything. No. No. I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move the bath over just a little bit more. So it's right in the middle of both those statues. Still on the pentagram, not directly in the middle of the pentagram, but that's okay. In fact, having it just slightly off center makes the pentagram stand out a bit more anyway. What else? What else? I want to put a mirror on that wall, and I want to put a mirror on that wall, and I want to put a plant about here, and maybe a plant here. So I guess I should get the plants in first. I have plants in the rest of the building that I can copy, but I'm not really meant to leave the bathroom. I've been told you really should not leave the bathroom, Phil, while you're working on stream. So let me have a think about this for a minute. Let me have a look through my assets, see if I can do it by hand again, instead of copying one I've already created. Because I just can't quite remember where I put what I want. We can see the assets, that's not a problem. Yeah, I don't want to reuse those pots, I want a different pot for the bathroom. And I've just got to work out where exactly I did put that pot. No. 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 It's probably an interior. Yeah, this pot here. So let's bring this pot in. We don't want it that big. Oops. Just undo that. And size-wise, Sniper Girl says, think it was slightly before my time. Sorry, Sniper Girl says, wow, those scalings. Yes, I know. It's bad. I've been bad. Normally though, once it's scaled the way I want it, then I just duplicate it in the level. So the only reason I'm not doing it with this is because I'd have to go into the rest of the building and I'm not supposed to be leaving the bathroom. That was the agreement I came to with the guys. Just so that we don't give away too much before the game is released. They're happy for me to show you guys me making the rooms that we haven't finished yet. But because we've been doing work on the rest of the building as well, and there are puzzle things or, you know, interactive things that they don't want showing off, then I better stay in the bathroom. So yes, normally you wouldn't have to keep scaling like I am because I just duplicate what I've already got to the correct scale somewhere else in the building. Sniper Girl says, I take it you don't believe in having a scale actor and to ensure that it constantly... I actually do have a scale actor in, not in the level here, but I don't think. I do have one in Max though when I make the assets generally, but I've been a bit slack with my making of some of the furniture pieces. Because normally, like you guys saw when I made the rest of the assets for the rest of the building when I first started the level, I had all my assets laid out in one max file. They were all laid out in a row. That's the best way to go. That way the scale stays the same. You don't have to muck about with finding different assets in different max files. But when I started doing the furniture pieces, I gave them all individual files, and that's not a great way to go. So it's my fault for not doing it the right way. Not that it's a big deal to scale in the editor anyway. And I'm assuming Sniper Girl means having like a character model inside the game engine here that you can bring into the level to scale your objects to. That's another way to go, but if you get your scale right to begin with in the 3D program, then you don't need to do any scaling in UE4 anyway. But some assets can be different scales. Like this urn, for instance, I can make it really large and a feature, or I can scale it right back and put it up on a countertop and make it a small urn for a flower pot. You know what I mean? So just because you have an object to one scale doesn't mean it has to stay to that scale. It can be any scale within reason. And again, I'm just trying to work out design wise how I want this to look. I might scale this back just a little bit more. Uniform scale here. I want it to be sitting just above the lip of the bathtub. Snappy Girl says, no, I mean a scale actor that you can bring into the 3D program that is the same scale as the character scale in the game. I do actually have one, but it's not an actor. It's a rectangle that's to the height of a character, of an Unreal character, a standard Unreal character. But do remember too, you can make the scale of your game anything you want in the Unreal Editor. Just because, say, the standard character height is, let's say, 64 units. I'm not sure exactly what it is. But let's say a standard scale 1 character is 64 units high. Well, what if you make a game where you're scaling your world to 2 times instead of 1 time? Well, then your character has to be 128 high. So, but I do. I have a rectangle inside of my max file for most of the other assets in the building, which is to the height of a character. So, you are correct. That is one way to go. Or you can, like I said, you can bring a character into the engine and you can scale your assets to the character as well. If you find it difficult to try and judge how tall something should, how big something should be, and it's not scaled correctly to begin with. Edo says substance autosave like 3 extra 80. That's why I turn autosave off, Edo. Turn that stuff off. Turn autosave off. I turn it off on everything. I hate that. 18 gigabytes doesn't surprise me. Edo says, but on my C drive, had like 2 gig left. Oh, wow. Yeah, no, I turn autosave off. As you guys know, I hate autosave. I hate being interrupted while I'm working, and yeah, I hate the fact that it can chew up your hard drive like that. If it autosaves regularly. Now we have that size. I'm duplicating this, and we're going to bring it down here. Because we'll have another plant just in front of this vanity unit. So we have a plant in front of this vanity and a plant in front of this vanity. Crippling depression, Edo says. Let's bring in the palm trees. I want to bring palm trees in here. I don't want monsteras, so Oh, let me find them. See, I had prefabs already made here I could have used as well, but the prefab using this pot uses Monsteria, and I want a palm, so just got to find where I put my palm trees. Where did I put my palm trees? Is it in terrain? No. Not in ivy. I would have thought I would have put it in interior or in foliage, but it doesn't look like I was that smart. Indoor plants is where I should have put it. But no. Wow, I can't believe I can't find my palm trees. They're here somewhere. They are here somewhere. Look, you probably can't see it behind me, but I've still got the eagle in the level. I've got to remove that. That was from when we did the cinematic. Where did I put my palm trees? Am I going blind? Have I sort of like scrolled past them somewhere else already? Euro says autosave every 15 minutes just in case I go AFK. Rest of the time it's incremental saves. Yeah, no, I turn autosave off on everything. I have to remember to do it manually because I always switch it off. Edo says, I remember one time I went to sleep with Substance open. Euro says, I mean in Max, I don't autosave in Substance because the save files are huge enough anyway. Oh, yeah, I turn it off in Max as well. I don't want autosave on anywhere. Oh, here they are. I just couldn't see them. All right, let's bring in, there's two different types of palm trees. Let's bring this one in. And these should be scaled correctly already. Making sure it's in the middle of my pot. And let's bring this one in for over here so it's a different palm tree. Again, I'm just going to go into unlit mode so we can get a better view of what's going on. Euro says, when you got that 20 mil high poly and misclick pro boolean, you kind of pray, oh, autosave caught, oh, tell me, yeah, I know. I can relate to that. Yeah, those boolean commands, man. You never know when Max is going to crash if you use one of the booleans sometimes. I relate to that. I'm just going to move this out a little bit. Move it over a little bit. Might just actually rotate the palm tree around as well. And this one should be okay. Okay. What else did I want to bring in? Actually, I need to bring the soil in for the pots because you'll probably be able to see the soil when you're in the level. This is the soil here. Again, I'm going to go into unlit mode. It's easier for us to see what we're doing. Yeah, and again, I keep the soil separate so I can reuse it over and over and over again. On all different pots of all different sizes. It's just a very low poly mesh, as you can see. Let us do a quick save because we've added a few things since we last saved. Not sure what I did here. Hit the wrong button. Save all, that's the one we want. Euro says, I updated to max 2020.2. Yep, educational and no edit poly lags finally. Only took them a few years. Yeah, I updated to the update 2 not that long ago. Max 2020.2. Now what do we need for this room? We need mirrors and the light fittings for the walls, and then making adjustments to all the other light fittings because the room is very dark. It'll pick up once we actually start adding lights everywhere. But I want mirrors. I want a mirror on that wall, and I want a mirror on this wall. Definitely a mirror here. We have to bear in mind when we open these doors are going to block a little bit of this side wall anyway, so they'll probably open up to about here. So the mirror we want to place closer to this side. Oh no, we can put it in the middle. It doesn't matter if the door's partially blocking the mirror. Probably more realistic anyway. But we need to create a mirror and a frame, pardon me, a frame for the mirror that is interesting. So I'm just trying to work out, we have our frames that we use for the paintings. So let's have a look through these frames and see if there's something that might be suitable for what we want. We could go really ornate, we could go oval, or we could go something with an odd shape like this as well. Or we could just go square or rectangular. Trying to work out what might be better. Let's say for this wall here, let's look at one wall at a time. Square with corner pieces, Euro says. You think? You think a square one with these corner pieces? Like this one? Sniper says, I wonder if it's cheaper in UE4 to create a high quality mirror material or use a capture 2D material. I think if... Yeah, well that's a good question. I would have thought maybe a material would be cheaper than a capture. But I could be wrong. I'm not really sure. Actually, I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know. Edo says, what was the purpose? What was supposed to be a relatively easy fix has become a problem-solving challenge. It was like 10-minute fix, then I was going to go and eat. Now it's been like 2 hours and I'm hungry. Honestly, no clue. I'm hungry too. I haven't, pardon me, I haven't had lunch yet either. I have a late lunch now on my streaming days because it's going on for 2 o'clock in the afternoon here and I haven't eaten, so I'm getting a bit hungry. So what, you guys think a square mirror or a rectangular mirror as opposed to one of these more ornate oval pieces? What do you guys think? Sniper says, yeah, I presume so. I guess it depends on the quality of the material. Yeah, I'm really not sure whether... I would have thought a material would be cheaper for as far as the engine goes, but I could be wrong. A 2D capture might be cheaper. Rectangle. Sniper Girl says rectangle. Rectangle it is. There's a little bug flying around, so if you see me going like this, it's not Bill going mad. There's this tiny little bug that's just flying around. It's there, I swear it's there. I'm not seeing things. Okay, let's bring our frame in, scale it back. I'm going to go into unlit mode so we can see which way our frame needs to be, which needs to be this way. Just going to undo that and turn angle snap back on. Sniper Girl says round rectangle. Sure, you can figure out how to do that, right? A round rectangle, that would be a challenge. Again, I'm putting a lot of mirrors in here because it's a bathroom. You have a lot of mirrors in a bathroom. And we're doing it to take advantage of real-time ray tracing. Gotta flog that real-time ray tracing. Which is really cool. I mean, I think real-time ray tracing in games is going to be really cool eventually. Euro says, Champa is your friend, you can round anything. True that. Size-wise, it's probably not too bad. I'm going to grab the mirror. We're just going to reuse this mirror again. Because why not? We've already made it. Let's reuse it. Angle it around so it's facing in the right direction. Ido says I need food. I do. I need food too. I think once we get this mirror done, we might be done for the day. I do want to get the mirror in, and then tomorrow we can look at the second mirror on the other wall, which is pretty much going to be a copy of this mirror. And we can also look at doing the lighting to finish the bathroom. But we need to scale this mirror up because it's too small. Needs to be a little bit bigger. Let's move it back. Sniper Girl says, do you ever use hotkeys to duplicate and stuff like that? Yeah, sometimes I do, depending on the program. Sometimes I don't. I find right-clicking is just as easy as using a hotkey though sometimes. But yeah, no, sometimes I will, depending on the program. Let's move it back just a little bit more. So it's just sitting behind the frame. I think it needs to be a little bit wider. Let's turn lit mode back on. And we have our other mirror. You'll notice it's not reflecting the bathtub. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to rebuild the reflection captures. It's a very, very quick thing to rebuild. And now we get our reflections in our mirrors properly. Including our bathtub in the background there. And our vanity over there. Let's do a quick save all. Snappy Girl says curtains aren't moving. No, they're not moving. And they won't be moving. Plants have lives too. That's right, they do. Edo says, I have like re-freaking UV this thing 5 times. Why? Why am I cursed? Edo says, oh, my song is on, is it? No, it is too. You feel better now, Edo? Good. Let's just play in level really quick so we can check that everything is correct and all that jazz. Make sure we can still get around everywhere. We can. Smurfberry says, I redid that blue plant so many times. Edo says you edit and then you re-import into Substance and you just look at it like, I swore it should be fixed, but no. Okay, so let's just escape that for a minute. So what we need to do now is we need to bring the light fittings in for the walls and do one more mirror. So if I go back into the bathroom, we need to bring in this light fitting. I'm going to place this either side of the mirror, of the mirrors, and then we just need to actually start doing our lighting for this room properly, because at the moment the only light we've got in here is the ceiling light. Even though there's a emissive on these, they're not actually emitting any light. So on Monday next week when we come back, we will start lighting this room up, making sure our lighting is correct. But I think we might leave it there for today, guys and girls. I do want to thank you all very much though for being here, hanging out with me and for watching. I will be back again live on Monday next week at 5 p.m. Pacific time in the United States. We will finish our bathroom. And I think once we've finished the bathroom, we're then going to move on to the master bedroom upstairs. I'll make you all wait for the kitchen. So you're all going to have to starve for a bit longer in the building, I'm afraid. But I'm giving you a bathroom so you can at least have a bath and go to the toilet. So yeah, I think on Monday next week when we come back, we'll finish the bathroom, do the lighting, and then we'll start on working on the master bedroom. You guys and girls have a great night, great day, whatever time it is, wherever you are. Have a good weekend coming up as well. And hopefully I'll see you guys and girls on Monday next week. You guys take care. See ya.